Stream starting soon screen. Oh no, wait. Oh no. I forgot to start music. That's on me. I can still do it, I think.
The ongoing adventures.
Is it playing?
Of the Myrrh.
Yeah, it's playing.
I don't know why I have that weird staff.
Alright.
I would say that was a mistake.
We're live. And I'm gonna get onto my Twitch channel editor and start sharing this out everywhere. I took so much medicine, like right before I jumped on here with you. I took Tylenol, and I should have taken Flonase, but I've already taken Flonase, so I shouldn't really take more. I took inhalers because I've been coughing a lot today. It's starting to move into my chest. I took 2 inhalers.
Oh no.
And I took an antacid just because, you know, it doesn't hurt and you never know what might happen. And I took some gummy vitamins just because I had forgotten to take them.
You took a few things.
Yeah, what else did I take? There was something else, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
I feel really dumb that I didn't think to check this first, but the skill Warded Ally, which is part of the healing line, is way more effective than that Guardian skill.
Really?
It increases not just your health, but it also increases your armor by 100%.
Oh, wow.
So,
that is a lot.
You know. And it's by target. It's not going to go dead just because I walk too far from you. But yeah, I feel pretty.
That's my baseline.
Okay.
Make sure I spell your name right for Twitter. Alright. I'm moving a little bit slower today, so you have to humor me.
Oh, don't worry about it. I am locating a less horrific magic staff.
I wasn't planning on mowing the lawn, and the rain held off long enough that I decided to.
Yeah, as bad as you were feeling, I'm kind of surprised you did that.
Well, it was overdue to begin with, and if I waited till like next week is supposed to be raining constantly, so then it becomes like, you know, you're getting home from work and then mowing the lawn, and it's like wet or raining. I try and always do it on the weekend. It's just, there's never a good time to do it. Okay, I'm going into blue sky. Wait a minute. Can I copy and paste that? That would be great. No, of course not.
Why are those grayed out? It's kind of odd. Why would that be? Could do an Akaveri staff. Those look pretty cool.
Akaveri. That's one of the invading other continents, right? From like the first era.
Yeah. Eh.
This time, let's go ahead and copy that whole message. That'll make things faster. Okay, that's blue sky.
Shouldn't be that difficult to find a good magic staff.
I mean, I guess it depends what kind of magic staff you want, right? Like, are you going for healing?
No, I meant just appearance.
Oh, aesthetically. I see. I mean, the ones in the store are always the best, because they can have, like, effects, glow effects and stuff. But it just depends what exactly you want.
Okay. I love how I went through all the work to change how my armor actually looks, and then I still wear the costume.
You'll have to show me, though. Like, I, more than most people, can appreciate spending unrealistic amount of time customizing your character.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time in the character creator stuff.
If they didn't want you to spend 4 hours in a character customizer, they wouldn't make them so complicated. Content showcase.
Okay.
Are you in Markarth?
I am about to head back to the Reach. I'm gonna head back to Black Reach,
Let me guess, you were in
I'm going
Somerset?
to Night Hollow. Pardon.
Why don't we meet up in Markarth?
Okay, I just went back to Black Reach.
Oh, never mind then. I'll meet you there.
Night Hollow. I mean, doesn't even show you as online.
I'm not, because it kicked me out from the login screen for being inactive.
Makes sense.
While I put out the 411, as the Gen Xers say. Oh, there is a self-promo channel. Look at that.
I'm actually gonna look at skills one more time.
I feel like the full extent of launching self-promos across a dozen different iterations is maybe like 1 viewer if you're really lucky. Because who checks self-promo, honestly?
Alright, I have a feeling.
Okay, I just need to text it to a few people. We have 1 viewer, which might be me, or you.
I'm not on.
I don't know if I count
So you have 1 viewer.
I don't think it's me, because I'm technically not even on Twitch. I'm just in the Streamlabs software.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that instead. I'm just switching up my abilities. Nothing to get too excited about.
What kind of abilities are you looking at?
I wish I could remember which area gives me what kind of boon. Because every time you get one out of one of your class specializations, it gives you a little bit extra of something.
Okay.
Health, damage, or healing, typically. But I do not remember.
That's like the trifecta, right? Because ESO is actually just a 3-stage, or it's a 3-role game. Tank, healer, DPS.
Yeah.
Technically everything boils down to that, eventually. Alright, we are officially on the live scene.
Excellent. Oh. I see it now.
What are you looking for?
So that one does damage reduction. Oh, are you already here?
I just logged in, but I'm not in Night Hollow. I'm in Markarth, so I'm heading to Night Hollow now.
I'm trying to see... Because apparently it's not listed on every single one what they do.
My hint says talk to Lyris and Titanborn. Or sorry, talk to Lyris, Titanborn, and Understone Keep, which I believe is inside Markarth. I think that's the dungeon inside Markarth.
I think it's just because you happen to be close to it, but we're also close to the two down here.
I see you on the map. Yeah, technically the quest itself doesn't really give you a lot of pointers.
No. I'm sure it's because it's a little confused because there's so many. And
Yeah.
next time we're in a daylight area, I'll show you what my armor looks like. But
Coolio.
you wouldn't be able to see much in here, anywho.
No, it's pretty dim.
Torn cloth.
Pretty dim. Hang on a sec. Let me look at something. My chat box right now, presuming that anyone shows up and types, is not in a great spot because it's right where quest text is. So I'm just gonna grab it and throw it in that corner there. Like that. That should be good. Okay, sorry. I'm ready.
No, you're fine.
I brought back Bill the donkey.
Oh, that's exciting.
He
journeys far with us.
Yeah, he always ends up coming back. Oh.
Over here.
Gwendis.
Night Hollow Keep is just ahead. Night Hollow Keep is down this path. The archive should be right inside. In writings we recovered from Lady Belaine, she mentioned a Night Hollow testament. That's probably what we're looking for. Just watch yourself. The place is locked down tight. Well, it's crawling with Night Hollow vampires.
Oh, that's exciting.
Looks like some of them
regained their sanity.
They patrol the outer wall in shifts. One door in and out. It's locked, but they carry keys. You got it. I haven't been able to keep track of their comings and goings, so there's no telling.
Us discreet, as if.
Attacking them could attract unwanted attention. If you want to find a more discreet way past that wall, by all means. Remember,
It's cute that they give us the option.
Vampires or find another way to get inside. Either way, let's get into
I mean, if I was playing as my Jashik character, it could be theoretically an option.
I'll scout around on my own and catch up.
That's not happening with the Breton.
Sorry.
I think the only thing louder would be if I was a Nord in full plate armor and like a big ass weapon.
Rada Al-Saran wants Varandas to study the void through Night Hollow.
Why did I do that?
I'm still asking her questions.
I'm sorry. Keep asking if you can.
It's perfectly obvious.
She's still talking. She drew her knives, though. So... he is still interested in the void, huh?
Apparently so.
I felt like that was more her thing.
I don't remember what his great master plan. Isn't it pulling all of the souls of his supposed siblings out of the Daedric realm hell that they're bound to?
Right, because they're all in, like, ash urns right now. But, I feel like we've killed most of them, right?
Stow your weapons, my friend. We've won.
Why is
I found a key.
Quest marker here? Oh, it's just another void slime. They're so tanky. I brought Isabel back too because, and I took away her I took away her taunt. So
That's gonna be wise.
Yeah.
She'll live a little longer.
well, and she was already, even with the taunt, she was much more survivable and tanky than Mary. Just naturally. Oh boy. Void Mother!
Focus on me. I am your only opponent.
That's a grey host Pentarch, probably after the same thing as us. What's that beside him?
To whomever, I can
Now
read.
let's enter the archive.
To whomever keeps this archive, you are blessed, and that your knowledge of the Dark Heart and the Void remain of use to me. The bearer of this missive must be allowed to copy passages from your testament relevant to my interests. I offer you a promise. Comply, and I will shepherd your clan to greatness when I reforge this world. I offer you a warning. Should you deny my Pentarch access to your archives, should any undue harm befall him, then I will visit such agonies upon you that even mortals will weep at your suffering. Your lady is dead. I have no patience for your vainglory. Rada El Saran. He really grows on you.
Yeah, he's being consistent.
It's consistently awful.
As far as libraries go, the lighting in here is terrible. Hey, I bet that's what we came for.
Yeah, it looks important.
That's done. Hey, why is this trinket over here glowing?
Probably don't touch it.
I'm fine.
Oh boy. What's this?
Gods, I can't get the smell of the blood off my hands.
It was a mercy. You know that.
I ruined her, Rada, body and soul. I played God and Lysolda paid the price. I'm a damn fool.
A fool once told me there is no such thing as damnation. Only souls who have lost hope.
That's not fair, Rada.
You said it with such conviction I could not argue. You have not forgotten our promise, I hope.
We'll seek salvation together. Thank you, Rada.
Verandis keeps everyone at arm's length. This is why.
Guilt does things to people.
Hey Elliot. Just dox me live on Twitch for everyone. Wow. Just kidding, it's fine. We are hunting a vampire. His name is Rada El Saran, and he is quite old. Talking like thousands of years old. We foiled him in Skyrim, and then we foiled his schemes in the Reach, which is adjacent to Skyrim, and sometimes, depending on
I think we have to go back in.
what millennia you're in, might actually be Skyrim.
Stendarr, protect us from
Never mind, we're fine.
Currently we are under the Reach. This, ice blade that I have is a magical frost sword that I claimed from the last living Reachman leader that was trying to conquer Hrothgar, which is the
We're in this together.
which is the Orc homeland. Sorry, I got distracted because Automod is saying that Elliot is bullying us. I don't know if allowing the term DILF for all time is a wise choice, but here we are.
Not sure why we would think he's bullying us.
I'm not sure either. Like, that's obviously a lewd word. Maybe it thought he was talking about me and being, like, excessively flirtatious. My Automod is tuned up quite a bit. I have it, a little on the aggressive side. Elliot, I cannot check your texts because I am currently running through a cave in Tamriel. But I can see you in chat.
Are you still with me? I don't want to outpace you.
I'm here. I'm on your 6. Wow, he doxes me and then he uses banned words at me. What a loving
They banned some really interesting things.
what a loving audience we have.
I know there was a little boy at church who thought I was swearing at him, and what I was trying to do was tell him not to give his password to Lucas. Another kid at church. That I was like, he will steal your stuff. Don't give him your password. Does not matter how much sweet talking that man does. Do not give him your password.
When I still worked K through 5th, a lot of my kids exclusively knew the term Jesus Christ as a swear word. Like it held no greater meaning than being a swear word, which gives you an interesting glimpse of the future.
Indeed. I'm sorry, I'm on autopilot for taking
No, you're good.
like random resources.
You're good. I've collected resources aggressively for 50 levels, so I have a lot.
I know I'm walking in the right direction, yep. For the other one that's down here, and then you're right, we got the one that's...
Back in Markar.
Yes, indeedy. This place is evidently really good for mushrooms.
That makes sense, considering it's a forest of mushrooms. It's also not particularly huge. I have bad memories of foot slogging through the proper underhive of Skyrim, and
Yeah.
not enjoying it.
Wasn't great. It looks like there's a unconnected quest that's right here, too.
Ooh, that's kind of fun. There's not many of those left around here. Elliot says, tell
Honestly,
a kid
I
not
didn't
to
know
do
there was
or
any.
Elliot says, tell a kid not to do or say something, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Most of the time.
It didn't help. The little guy was just not real bright.
Should I read this?
Yeah.
Huh. Someone had a bad day.
So you had a bad day.
Yeah. Well, now I'm tracking that quest. Is that what we're doing? Is it on the way?
Yeah, it's on the way.
Coolio.
I'm just surprised we, like, missed that the first time down here.
Now we don't... This isn't a huge area, but also I don't think we did a lot of the side quests in Reach. I think we had stuck pretty closely to the main storyline.
Yeah, we've done that a couple times now. I notice we keep regretting it when we do.
I know. Yeah, definitely. Skyrim, we did not. No, wait, we did with Skyrim. Somerset.
Yeah, we totally did.
Somerset, we did not. Somerset, the majority of the time, every time we ran into a quest, we took it. And that seemed to work really well.
It's sticking?
Found his notes.
Okay.
Apparently. I don't see them.
Oh, there's a marker now. And a wolf. I don't see them either.
My friend, we've won.
The marker's in this crumbled pile here.
Yeah, it appeared when I was on top.
Oh, hang on. There's a heavy sack here. It's just pewter dust. That must not be it.
That lot might fetch.
Weird. Is it up there?
Yeah, it's up here. It's up. It's above us.
Oh. Okay. How do we get up there?
Oh, just gonna wander around a little bit, see if I can find it.
Oh my goodness. Wabi is meowing at me. Honestly, he lays upstairs all day looking out windows, and the second we start streaming, he's flopping around for attention.
He's like, Dad! I want you, Dad. I'm way more important than anything you're doing, Dad.
That is mostly true.
I've been giving Phoebe crap because she's been looking out windows and chirping at any of the men working on things close
Oh, yeah?
by. And I'm like,
Catcalling them?
Phoebe,
That's a pun in, like,
yeah.
multiple ways.
It's like, really, Phoebe? First you were being ridiculous towards any male cat you saw, and now you're soliciting the male humans.
He says he's out of water in this letter. There's literally a giant lake right next to us down here.
It's probably very dangerous to drink.
Honestly, all wild water is dangerous to drink.
Well, now we're going to be going away, so shall we do the other quest first?
We just talked about regretting that, so let's keep it one track. Because I feel like this is kind of just a point A to point B for a wild sort of quest. And this place is
I
huge.
don't think this is going to take very long, and then we can keep going on the scavenger hunt.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Good idea.
Because the other part didn't take any time.
I have to re-equip it. End of eternity. Yeah, okay. Going in. Oh, we get to meet Fenorian in this one. He's my favorite. Mostly just because he's the first vampire we met.
He's so terrible at combat. That's what makes him kind of enjoyable.
He's
like,
just a scientist.
We sent the alchemist to do all the research and combat a whole coven of witches.
Yeah, he's literally like 100% pure scientist. Kind of strange, though. When you're immortal, you should be able to spend a few decades in combat training.
I guess he hasn't had the patience to diversify yet.
He may still be young.
I kind of got that feeling that most everyone in the Raven Watch are quite young vampires.
Other than Verandis, who's apparently beyond ancient.
Older than the First Era, evidently.
He goes into the Merethic era, which is, pre-First Era. Pretty crazy. Dwarven
And yet
oh, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. It's a Charis.
It's a full-size Charis. Not a Reaper, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not the Reaper.
Are the Reapers like the males? What is the difference?
I had always just heard it was the older that they got.
Just bigger and
I
older.
think Charis are asexual, as I understand it.
Okay, that makes sense. Because they're bugs. They just ovulate.
I mean, I could be mistaken. I don't think there's a ton of writing about it yet, but
I mean,
that's how I've always read it.
We've certainly never encountered gendered Taurus. There's not that many of them. Well, we haven't run into any Centurions yet, so that's good.
They're really not that terrifying in this game, though. Not like they are in Skyrim.
You know what is, though, and there's not that many of them, because they're mostly like zone bosses, is Dwarven Colossus. Colossi?
Yeah.
Colossi? Those things are awful.
Colossi.
What is that? What is that? Is that a plant? It's like a carnivorous plant.
Yeah, it tries to eat you. Hey!
There he is.
More intact than a few other dwarven ruins I visited. I spotted a chamber that appears related to the Keystones. But more intact doesn't mean completely intact. The path ahead is blocked. Therein lies the problem. My vampiric abilities make traversal somewhat trivial, but you can't follow. I do believe I've come up with a solution, though. Potentially. Theoretically. I noted numerous void portals scattered around Betharzel. I understand you and Verandis encountered them before. I'm no expert on teleportation, but these should allow you to navigate the ruins and pick out a safe path.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've done this
Maybe
before.
the void portal at the top of that tower first. It
Uh-huh.
seems like a good vantage point to survey the layout of
Yeah,
this
right.
world.
Thank you, sir.
I think this is the way we're supposed to go. No.
Up there?
Worked.
I'm trying to figure out where he wants us to go.
There's nothing out in the other direction, so that seems to be the only way up. Oh no, never mind. I just about ran Xander through with my blade.
It's exciting.
I thought you were somewhere else, and I saw him approaching me, and I was like, who is this random arcanist? Something tells me he would have been fine.
Honestly, you probably would have been the one in more danger.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Well, we're up here now.
Now I managed to fall a little off the cliff.
That's
I'm
okay,
not
'cause
sure
I
this
don't.
has achieved anything.
I was gonna say I don't
Let's head
see
down.
anything up here except enemies. There's a portal on the other side of this door. Wait, could we drop down onto the other side of that? Or did we already do that?
I'm just trying to get us to where he says he wants us. Which is across the river.
Oh, I guess we can just go this way
Oh my
then.
gosh.
Our side. I can't go that far. You gotta go through both. Allergies?
Oh
No, I
man,
have a
I
sinus
nearly
infection.
walked off that cliff.
I've had a sinus infection since like Wednesday, Arcturus. And I didn't immediately start antibiotics. And for some reason it can be okay, like fairly managed with medicine, but then when I'm wearing a headset and I start talking a lot, it severely exacerbates the symptoms. Which is unfortunate, because I would like to stream, but it makes it more difficult.
Well, hello, Kiara. The baby kitten has decided to grace us with her presence.
Aww. We take a wrong turn?
I know, she's so cute. Yeah, that's what it's starting to feel like, isn't it?
Hang on. Hang on. Maybe this way.
I feel like we just did a circle.
We're close to his objective marker. I think it's just above us now. Yeah, it's just above us.
I see scaffolding.
Yep. I think we can take this ramp up.
We've won.
Weird that
Forward,
the
battle
shade.
buddy!
It's weird that the Shade Brutes and the vampire, the Night Hollow clan vampires, are not killing each other. Because I don't remember them
Yeah.
being in cahoots. It still says it's above us. But we did get through that closed grating. Oh jeez.
Little field boss. Wow, weak. We're like a, elite enemy.
Yeah. Elite's the right word. I think this is the way. Oh, I see Fenorian.
I had every confidence you wouldn't get sucked into some boundless void. The repository is just through this door.
Thank you, Fen.
Let's see what we can find.
It's a little bit more involved than the last one.
It's more of a proper dungeon.
This looks like some kind of
Oh, soul gems. Oh, I can't grab them.
I have over 100 soul gems.
I know, but you can always use one more.
Look here. This resembles your keystone, doesn't it? In parts, anyway. I wager this is what... What's this? More of Rada al-Saran's oromancy, I suspect.
What's Mr. Grumpy Wumper Wumpus Woo complaining about now?
This is feasible.
No, rather merely a possibility, but the soul binding required.
Oh, they're in gold harbor.
Save our kindred from Cold Harbor's torment.
Well, that makes sense, because vampires belong to Molag Bal.
Is your heart so cold?
Even if you returned our kindred to life, Molag Bal's claim to their souls would remain. Our contracts are inviolable.
Another
They are
obstacle
creations of
will come.
Molag Bal. Basically no different than a Daedra.
It's merely an obstacle. Rod, listen to yourself.
Kneeling when I should have stood proud was the greatest.
Alright, so Rada is seeking to,
I will not
in some capacity, usurp one of the Daedric princes, so he's obviously just delusional at this point.
This was aware of this plan? And he...
Yeah. I think we kind of knew that about him.
I thought he was kind of okay. He just wanted his friends back. But, obviously, he's crazy. Strangely enough, when people live that long, that's usually what happens.
So if we want to do the note to the stream, we need to go back the other way. This is taking us to another elevator that'll take us to the top of the world. So I'm switching it back to the note, and here we go.
Wait, I'm right behind you.
Tally ho!
I was blowing my nose.
This poor Breton's legs.
And
Heavy
full
plate armor.
Yeah. Full plate.
And I'm jumping a couple stories just, randomly. Why the heck
Superhero
not?
landing is so hard on your knees. Looks good though. Why are we in this gross steaming water?
I have no idea. I was thinking it would be really easy to jump up.
There's stairs over
wasn't.
there.
I follow you.
I see stairs. It's actually kind of hard to get out of water. Unless they, like, give you a spot.
Like I said, I'm just going back to that game I was playing lately where I would just implode every time I touched water.
I feel like a lot of
No
old
reason.
games were like that.
Just, easy design feature.
Yeah, much easier to program. Wait, this is backwards. I'll recognize that carnivorous plant.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just talking to myself. I realized as I said it that you weren't on my 6. You know, a lot of times I only get through like one ability combo before something is dead. But not with the Chorus.
Does it make you sad?
Not for enemies like this, but like when we were like freeing that fort in Somerset last night, and
Yeah.
the sea elf captain that was like overseeing the entire occupation was like a dramatic final boss with like a hurricane, and then we killed him before I had even like finished a full sentence. I was kind of like, well, alright. But then, like, it's a balancing act, right? Because then we try to do dungeon and get our asses kicked.
Yeah, if I'd realized what that was, I wouldn't have had us do it, because events are high level too.
That is okay. It just means we have future content. See, that's kind of my problem with the entire Skyrim expansion, is that you have these gorgeous places like the Reach in Skyrim, and then they just insist on trapping you in Blackreach for like the majority of the quests. And like, I love a giant cave as much as the next adventurer, but still.
Yeah, it's like, can we use a different trope, please? Though, I mean, it's an elven city. Underground.
On paper, it's like a perfect idea. Like, I understand completely when like the developers were coming up with the idea and Skyrim, like, all mixed together, like, it's a perfect idea. But for whatever reason, it just doesn't translate very well.
The MMOs are often bound by really badly formed maps.
Yeah.
And making heavily three-dimensional spaces that have a lot of climbing things and whatnot can be problematic.
Oh yeah, that's a good... MMOs are very rarely vertical. And when they try to be, it's usually a problem.
I mean, that's the same problem that we had with Coruscant.
Yes.
I dread it every time I get there. Of course, I dread it for other reasons now. There was a funny moment on one of the Good Guys stories where they're like, yeah, there's two Sith Lords just randomly having a war on this planet, and they're killing each other, so we might be able to take back some territory. I'm like, yeah, that's me in another area. I feel so chilly. This is not the way.
I suspect the next letter we find will be the last one.
So it'll be the third one?
Fourth. I think. But actually I was just thinking because, most people that aren't professional adventurers do not survive exploring a Dwemer ruin. For good reason. Oh jeez.
Oh.
That is a Reaper. Finally a challenge.
Oh, it is.
I mean...
It's survived a little bit.
Didn't immediately die. Oh, this is
Back in the university.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know.
Oh, it's actually outside the doors of the university.
Oh, for goodness sake. That's fine, I don't like being in there. Too many shades. See it. Day 6. Why would you think there would be food in a Dwemer ruin?
Yeah, they've been dead for kind of a long time.
So what do you anticipate is the end game for this guy? He's figured out how to avoid the bugs. He figured out he can eat the mushrooms. He found water. Is he going to be alive when we find him, or like maybe these letters are like really old?
They haven't said that they were old or tattered.
What if they take it like grimdark in some way? He's like was never a real person or something, or like he's been eaten by Falmer that we're approaching.
Honestly, that's a pretty high likelihood.
I feel like Elder Scrolls dips into the horror
Ghostlight
genre.
Grotto.
I feel like Elder Scrolls dips into the horror genre. Ow. More than a lot of fantasy games do. That carnivorous plant actually seriously injured.
They do that.
Is that it? No, that's not a letter.
Nope.
Oh, it's below us.
Yep.
This Charisig right here is wiggling. Slightly. Ow! The stupid carnivorous plant hurt me again.
Oh, I found a thieves' trove.
Nice. Oh.
I can't get to it.
That was more.
Oh, don't jump down! Damn it! Braun, you were about to grab a thieves' trove.
Are you gonna circle back?
Right.
Oh, it would be
I'm
such a
thinking about
slog.
it.
You circle back,
Huh?
I'll get the letter. Because it tracks for both of us. Because every time you've read it, it's tracked for me. And I'll read it I'll read it out loud when I get to it. What's this? Torch bug. And just avoid that. That was weird. Falkfear's Notes, page 5. Oh boy, this isn't good. Mushroom.
I didn't figure it would be.
This is his letter. Mushrooms, mushrooms, good to eat. Big and gray, they taste like meat. Small and blue, a tasty treat. Glowing green, they sing so sweet. I can eat all the mushrooms down here. The great says so. The great wants me to go south. I think I blink, I sink, I'll go south. There was something I was supposed to be looking for, but I don't remember what it was. It doesn't matter. All the roots know my name now. We need to find something called the Great Oom. So
it looks like it's going to be a field boss.
He's eating a bunch of psychotropic mushrooms and melted his own brain. I'm gonna scout out this Great Oom, but I won't engage anything until we're back together.
I'm on my way.
Okay, that's just ambient music. I started hearing a violin playing for a second, and I actually got a little bit nervous. Also, Isabel's gone?
Just gone?
Yeah, both our followers are gone. I'm looking at the health bars.
No. Xander's with me.
He's not on your health bar for me. I need to, give me a second. I gotta pull her back in. That's so weird.
And I have caught up with you.
Yeah.
It seems to happen sometimes when you get into water that your ally can get just randomly, just permanently dismissed.
I'm gonna lie, I was a little nervous for a second there. Elliot says do drugs. Be gay, do drugs. Alright, it should be close. Oh boy. It's not a boss. Oh, it's another page.
Yeah.
I am chosen. The great will make me a spore. I will live forever. Who knows the truth? There's a door below, but that way is not for me. The great tells me about the north, a home bedded and warm. I'm a spore, and soon I will be an I will be all Find my home and spread my roots. Could this be, how much do you know about the Argonians and their histories?
Very little.
So the Argonians were not a sentient race in, like, the primordial age. But the histories are a network of godlike, eternal, sentient trees that live in Blackmarsh. And the lizards that ended up becoming the Argonians licked the sap off of the histories and basically gave them the craziest trip of all time, and they achieved sentience. But on top of that, all Argonians, the entire species, is hive mind connected to the histories. And the histories have their own internal will and agenda. And I'm wondering a little bit if this Nord ended up getting tangled up with a rogue history, because they can go rogue. They can go crazy.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. It was actually, the Argonians...
Usually it's the elves talking to trees and going insane. Just saying, if we're talking about most fantasies.
It was the Argonians that basically saved Tamriel during the Oblivion Crisis, because the histories perceived that the Oblivion Crisis was a threat to their existence, and they essentially supercharged the entire Argonian race into like super warriors temporarily to deal with the crisis.
Okay, I don't remember that being relevant during the Oblivion Crisis.
No, it's
They may have retconned it.
it's not in the game. It's one of the like extra canonical, like not extra canonical, but like, you know how like there are a lot of important events that don't take place within the start to end of one of the actual games. Like it was off screen. Oh, he has a house. I don't remember there being a house down here. That's because there isn't. Wait, this looks like a grave. That's a skeleton. So, he ate a mushroom and it kind of grew out of him. Or it took over his mind parasitically and then it grew out of him. What's in his pack?
Dark Gazer Helm for me.
The pack is... I'm just reading the flavor. The pack is empty save for some gold, an old helm, and a number of desiccated half-eaten mushrooms. We should eat the mushrooms. That was actually...
Oh, there's a complete report
Oh,
here.
there is. Oh, it's like the whole thing that we just read.
Yeah, no, I just got another achievement pop for being the Grand Adventurer
Nice.
of the Reach. Alright. Let's move back to a way shrine.
Elliot said Skyrim Necron. Technically, orcs are mushrooms.
Orcs?
In Warhammer, they are. Well, not mushrooms, but they're fungal. They're fungal based.
That's really weird. Ooh.
Because if you think about it, they're not a gendered species. They're asexual. They release spores when they die, which go into the earth and grow up out of the earth as new orcs. If you think about it, you see it actually in the Two Towers, the movie, where Saruman's Uruk-hai are being dug out of the mud. Because Saruman talks about the orcs being corrupted elves once, which is sad that they put that in the movie because Tolkien actually hated that lore, and he didn't think the elves should be corruptible at all. So he was in the process of rewriting the origins of the orcs when he died, and he didn't get enough of it done for his son to interpret it into proper literature. So it's just never changed. But if you assume that Lord of the Rings orcs follow the same rules as Warhammer orcs, then yeah, they're fungal based.
Kind of strange.
Where are we going? Markarth?
Probably.
So I have Lyris as the next option. And Lyris is in
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she's definitely in Markarth. So Markarth Way Shrine.
I really like
And then
Markarth.
we gotta go find...
Arcturus
It's grown on me.
Lord of the Rings is Warhammer confirmed. Warhammer Fantasy, maybe. Middle Earth could just be a planet. Could be a feral world, or a feudal world, I guess it would be, within the galaxy of Warhammer. I like Markarth because it's one of the most vertical cities. Has a lot of levels. Also, it's cool to see a city that I'm used to in Skyrim that's been all gussied up by the Reachmen. Oh, there she is. She's so tall.
Well, I've got bad news and worse news. Kadok and I already exchanged words. Most of them insults. The only agreement we came to was that he'd stop sending his stone hands to toss me out if I stopped breaking their noses. It wasn't a fight until he sent his stone hands against me. Wasn't much of one after that, come to think of it. We got as far as Sundered Land when he shouted something about Mana Marco and called up his personal guard. That's what I was trying to find out when Kadok got all angry and said something about my head and a pike on the wall. Look, you talk to him. Maybe you'll have better luck than me. Markarth would be a ghost town if it wasn't for you. If that doesn't earn you the courtesy of an audience, I can go back to breaking noses. The Ard is in his throne room. We just need to know where to find the land sundered from Tamriel. According to Rada al-Saran's letter, it's somewhere in the Reach. Oh, and I'm not apologizing. Not to Kadok, anyway. Sorry. Manamarco, Emperor Varen, Nord's Reachman, his flea-bitten beard. I can stomach insults hurled at me, but I couldn't stand there quietly as he spoke ill of
Oh, that's right.
that traitor Manamarco.
Reachmen are Daedra worshippers, so he probably loves Mana
How can you
Marco.
stay so calm around someone so...
I forgot how much Isabel is infatuated with Lyris.
It's always exciting.
That's I appreciate it. I also appreciate Ard Kadok, probably my favorite statesman. He doesn't mess around.
Had my fill of Reeker's grace in my presence today. See it is how you've shed blood for me, and mine. I'll give you my ear, but make it quick. My bile's up, and too much talk will likely make it churn. Ah, you speak with that half-giant's tongue. What business is it of yours? What I do with my land? I gave that parcel to Manamarco years ago. It was his to offer to Molag as he pleased. Why dredge up such dealings now? I didn't know that was the elf's intent when I granted her the domain, but we honor Molag just like all the great spirits. You won't find many here who deny an offering to a great spirit, no matter how grand. Manamarco didn't call me confidant. When he departed, he said the failure here would forge his success elsewhere. I never saw him again. If you want to know his mind, you'll have to see what he wrought yourself. I'll open the way for you. There's a lift in Nichuanzel that'll take you to the Sundered Land. I'll keep it sealed, for reasons that should be obvious, but I'll see you're granted passage. Now, off you go, and take the prickly she-wolf with you.
That makes sense.
So long ago, Reach folk ruled the Empire. We had our lands returned, and dignity restored. Then, we were driven back into the mud by the usurper. Manamarco pledged justice for my people if I gave him shelter. A dark spirit's bargain, to be sure. No, the usurper, Varen, lost his lands, his throne, and so much more. What Manamarco promised me was given. If that don't sit well with you, I got no apologies to give. I can only tell you, that's where my dealings with the Worm King begin and end.
It's definitely problematic.
I was turning it off so you could see what my armor looks like.
Oh yeah, let me see.
For some reason, my helmet.
Hang on.
Oh, now it's showing up.
Oh. I see you also got a few pieces of the, whatever it's called, the enchanted armor. It's in the store right now.
Yeah, it looked right. I ended up doing pieces from several different sets.
Yeah, you matched them well though. It looks. Hang on. Let me go in for. Oops. Well, that's one potion gone. Let me see. In first person. Yeah, it's cool looking. Actually, that reminds me though. I'm gonna eat a fortifying meal and I'm gonna pop a XP scroll while we're in a
No prob.
while we're in a civilized place.
Indeed. Well, it is the Reach.
I realized that as I said it. That's a repair kit. Major experience scroll.
Well, I think my headcanon is going to be if I ever do a Nord character, that they're Reachmen.
You know, I was actually thinking about would be a super cool concept for a character, but the core piece you would need doesn't exist. I wanted to make a character that's a Briarheart. Because I was like, they've made so many like store cosmetics for this game. I bet there's a skin that would be super easy because you would just paste it onto a body of like the Briarheart.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it exists.
No, it doesn't. They've never made one. I googled it. I looked on Reddit.
Oh.
And then I was like thinking about
I'm
like
shocked.
what class you would make, and that would explain why they're like kind of superhuman. I think it would be such a cool idea. If they ever release a Briarheart cosmetic, I would totally do that character. Because like you could get like glowing eyes, all kinds of things. Like you could really make it cool. It'd be very thematic.
Indeed. That's weird. Now it's pointing that way.
Back out, yeah. No. Okay.
No, over here.
I see you.
This door.
I'm right behind
Forbidden
you.
Great Lift.
Oh boy. See you later, Arcturus. Thanks for stopping in.
That's Shad. He didn't hang out very long.
No, he might have other stuff going on. A lot of times, like I know personally, I'll just put Twitch on in the background. There are an excessive number of booby traps here.
A little bit.
Wait, this is going to the Reach.
Yeah, I mean, this is Sundered Land.
Oh, that's true. Probably a separate zone of the Reach.
Yeah, I would say so. It looks like we're in Cold Harbor.
Oh, jeez.
Which,
Little conversion.
you know,
little,
makes sense.
Little terraforming. Are these Daedra?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Ard Kadok would allow this to happen to part of his land. I mean, I know that they worship Daedric princes, but like,
He called the gift a little excessive, but he didn't seem particularly upset about it.
like, obviously he understands that this isn't a good thing, because he's separated it from the rest of his people. For good reason. Okay. Finally a challenge.
Well, hello there, gorgeous.
I've killed bigger.
Prowess was befitting a knight. Well done.
Thank you, Isabel. A blue flame Atronach. That's pretty cool. You know what I miss in this game?
Stay gone.
More of the traditional spells. Is like honestly, the entire magic system is wrong. As far as like, I want to be able to just have like sparks or flames, you know, that you can shoot out of your hand, stuff like that.
Yeah, May didn't do that for this.
No, it's
You would
because
have to do something like Skyrim with friends to get that kind of joy out of your life.
there is apparently at least one online Skyrim mod that I know of, but it's very hard to implement and it's very unstable.
They're always unstable.
Because it's, well, like, graphical mods are one thing, but something like that where you're affecting such a, like a core aspect of a game that's not made for that.
those my notes?
Brandis, forgive me. As ever, your genius captivates me. I had no idea you made such progress.
I'm still no closer to a viable solution.
You're closer than you think.
How can you know that?
I discussed your findings with a new ally. They claim it will work. Only your trepidation holds us back.
I thought you changed. That you sought penance. I won't participate in mass murder!
Our dream is within reach, and you're still concerned for the mortals.
Barandis and Rada al-Saran seemed pretty friendly back in the day. Did you know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew about
We
that.
know.
We're just not nearly as judgmental as a Nordic half-giant. Go to the orrery chamber. If memory serves, that was in Blackreach.
Yep.
In the university?
Yep.
Backtracking.
Yep.
Not the most, not the most fluid of quest lines.
Yeah, it would have made more sense to have like a teleportation.
You know, it would have made more sense if that had been the final of the 3 that we went to. Maybe, you know, but they can't have expected you to do that because there's no way you would have known. But one of them was already near there, so that would have been better had we known. If we had intimate knowledge of the future.
Indeed. But we did not.
Ouch. For the record, rolling through the booby traps does nothing.
Oh, it doesn't help?
Not at all. There are no iframes.
Good to know.
I guess there are no iframes in the dodge roll. It's purely position based. I mean, at least we have a dodge roll. Like, Elder Scrolls is not known for its outstanding mobility.
Well, usually it has you in armor, so it's logical then that you wouldn't have much mobility.
Right. So you know the full plate armor being cumbersome is a complete myth. It's a Mandela effect. Like, a knight in full plate armor, even like later eras where it was like really heavy and well made, they could do like rolling jumps and somersaults, jumping jacks, because the armor is distributed so evenly across their whole body from head to toe. It's heavy, but it's actually not as cumbersome as a modern soldier that has all that gear strapped exclusively around their torso. And it was much better fitted.
Grey horse werewolf.
Oh, we haven't seen a werewolf in a minute.
I just got an achievement, Saint Palin's Avenger. I think it has something to do with werewolves.
Oh.
It's a game achievement, not like a one that'll actually appear and do something.
I was going to say, I did not get that.
Weird.
achievement. Either I've already gotten it, or I just haven't killed many vampires. One sec, I gotta smack Wabi. He's trying to eat an artificial plant. Get out of there! Shoo! I have these artificial trees, and they have like kind of straw grass in the bases.
Okay, we need to back up a little bit. Why do you have artificial trees?
It's the basement.
Why
It's
on
a
earth?
basement. They would die if they were real.
It doesn't mean that you go buy artificial trees then.
Well, they're not like trees. They're like 4-foot tall house plants. And I like greenery.
Let's kill the Blood Knight.
We've got this.
Oh boy.
God damn it.
A blood
You walked
knight.
right out of that.
Anyway, I was gonna say he keeps eating the artificial grass and then he throws it out. Because
Sounds like he's craving some greens in his diet.
no, he's just a problem. He's a troublemaker. He likes to get into things. He you know how my entertainment center is set up? You remember it last time you were here? You remember how like
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's in a catty corner of the living room? So all the consoles, the TV and everything being hooked up, and there's a big gap behind that corner that's just a pile of cables. And he gets back there, because he's a cat, he can go anywhere. He doesn't mess with anything, but he knows that it makes me nervous.
They just want to sit in odd places
It's
and eyeball you.
It's probably warm too, all the cables and systems.
Uh-huh. Because every single one of those, AC adapter things is going to... There's a Philosopher's Cradle here we could grab real quick.
A what?
I think it's location. It looks like it's a,
Oh, it's like
build.
it's a delve?
Nah.
Philosopher's Cradle.
Supposedly over here.
It's the waterfall?
I think we are supposed to...
Oh,
we
it
found
is a delve. Look at that. It's a whirlpool.
It's not a delve.
It is, look, it's an entrance.
Alright. This is going to be one of those zones where you can make armor and whatnot. It's not
is
a full delve.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But it's a place you can enter.
Indeed.
Kind of cool. I'm not sure why they
Yeah,
felt the
somebody-
need to put like multiple of these in every every country.
They all are supposed to have different abilities and things attached to them.
If you craft in that specific one. Oh, it's cool up
You
here.
have to also... You also have to give it a particular offering, though, too.
Look at this
That's my
cool
understanding.
tree. It's like that tree in Minas Tirith. This one is dedicated to Aetherius. That's a good sign. That's basically heaven.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out the merchant because I need to sell some stuff.
Okay.
So, you know, in case you need to sell anything. Yes, is here!
Hello, Fizzazz.
Trade with Khajiit?
I love his little turban.
He's so cheerful. Alright, getting close.
This place would benefit greatly from an NPC. Although I guess this is a fairly isolated location. It's in Blackreach.
Yeah.
In Blackreach, and only accessible through an underwater swim. Ooh, the Tai Chi animation is very broken right now.
Oh.
That or I am supernaturally flexible. This would actually, that's a cool concept, would be a cool concept for a player house. One that you enter through water.
It would.
I'm excited tomorrow.
I just don't know if they'd ever.
Tomorrow's the login that I should get the house login reward.
Oh, then you're behind a couple days.
I am. I missed the first 2 days of May because it was still during the work week, and this work week was brutal and long, and I was in survival mode by the end of it.
No, I'm not judging. I always assumed you got them all, and I was the one that missed them occasionally.
No, I've been terrible lately. I missed like most of April, which sometimes they're not worth it. You know, like a lot of them are like riding lessons, and I don't need those anymore. I just bank them in case we ever make more characters.
Yep, that's where they've been going for me. So my other character's been using them.
I feel like there was a conversation with like game devs at some point where they're like, it's Blackreach, it's an entire zone that's a cave, so it won't need a skybox, right? Right? It's like the most complicated skybox.
Rodder's intentions were to sway me back to his side.
That's not good enough, Count. Why didn't you tell us that this was all your fault?
Father, what?
The research that let him revive the Grey Host. The actual procedure was your creation.
You don't understand. Please tell me you found out more about the Darkstorm. The others see conspiracies where there are none. Just past sins that I thought long buried. They say you found everything that Rodder wanted me to discover. Tell me about the Sundered Land, the Night Hollow studies, and the secret of the Keystones. Remember the journey Rodder sent me on? The one you took in my place. It was to follow in his footsteps. To see how he reached this moment in time. This stone, it's a shard of oblivion lost in our world. That helped him save the Grey Host. To see the void through Night Hollow eyes. Yes, it's written in the tongue of the first vampires. I can read it, but barely. In addition to other things, this is basically a spellbook.
Yeah, can you turn off the fan?
To appease and make use of the Dark Heart.
Thank you.
Was the point to show me the inner workings of the mysterious dwarven keystones? We know Rodder used one to link the Dark Heart's power to not only the orrery, but to the Grey Host as well.
You wanna what?
I can feel the pull of the heart just thinking about it. What you discover doesn't tell us much about the Darkstorm, at least not yet. But the picture is beginning to form in my mind. Rodder's letter provided one more clue. He claims to have a laboratory inside this very structure. We just have to find it. It's true that Rodder often relied on myself and later Zingalis to handle his research and experiments. But he wasn't without his own skills when it came to arcane alchemy. I suppose, during his long isolation, he had to increase his aptitude. Who would remain behind that could stand against Rodder? I fear that even together we would be hard-pressed to stop him. We'll need every advantage for the end battle, should it come to that. Perhaps if I can learn how to call upon the darkness. The darkness crashes against my mind like waves slamming into the shore. It can be distracting. I can function normally, with the occasional need to pause and let the sensation pass. I can't get control,
Alright.
but I haven't been idle. Using my auramancy, I turned the magic on the orrery itself. I learned much about how the orrery...
And Lyris is taking this really badly.
I also ascertained the approximate location of Rodder's laboratory, but a more thorough search is required.
So I suppose it's a little bit like, you know, Dumbledore portraying people. It's like, wow, you're a horrible person, and it never came up before.
Often relied on myself and later to
Oof.
Alice.
I just finished talking to him. Should I talk to all of them?
I'm sorry.
If Rada all surrounds
I didn't, but do whatever you want. I'll just hang out here until you're done.
come knocking.
Give me just a moment. Okay. I need to check something on the stream, but I can only do it on my desktop. I'm gonna throw up the be right back screen, but we can keep chatting.
Alrighty. That cute little doggy's on her walk.
So I was gonna ask you
there-
if I'm coming over to check up on your kitties. What are your parents doing?
Oh, they're gonna be gone by then.
Oh, by next month?
They're gonna be gone by then.
Oh, by next month?
FYI, I'm hearing our same conversation about 20 seconds delayed.
Are you still hearing it?
Not yet.
I just muted it because I pulled up the stream.
That explains it. Yeah, just should be my two girls. Tuck should be there as well. He just got his final blood work off to the state to give us the exact titer for oh gosh, what is that? Rabies.
Wait, who's getting
He has
rabies?
to have a count so high. Tucker's resistance to rabies has to be so high before he's allowed to get imported to Hawaii, because they've never had an outbreak.
Is Tucker the Great Dane?
No, Tucker is Bum's cat. He's yellow
I don't know.
and very
I don't
chubby.
know their cats.
Yeah.
Really
He's
well.
my mom's cat. Dad has a dog, Fiona. She's also called furry sibling.
Gotcha.
Which I probably call her furry sibling more than anything else. And dumbass. I have been known to call her that too.
I wonder why I can't see chat going back to the beginning of the stream. It's a bit annoying.
Didn't snow.
Sec.
Take your time. I'm putting myself back in my old set of things. I can remember what that thing was called. There it is. Devani Master Wizard Robe.
Wish I had an active mod right now.
Having some issues.
I'm trying to delete a message that Arcturus sent when he put my real name in chat, but he did it right at the beginning of stream, and my mod view of the chat only goes back so far. It doesn't go back to the beginning of the stream, which is kind of bogus for like a mod view. I should be able to see everything. Unless it's entirely possible. I just not working something right.
Hello, Tucker. That's a kitten. It's my kitten. Not somebody else's. No human.
It's okay. I can't view it for now. And pretty much everyone that watches knows my name anyway. But if I catch it again, I'll just delete the message in real time next time. I'm ready to.
I'm sure I could easily slip up and use your name too. So.
Right.
You know what? Don't answer.
Karasu just doesn't roll off the tongue like your regular name does.
Well, it's one syllable, so.
Very well.
I know. Very finite.
One of the shorter names a person can have. I am excited to find a hidden laboratory. That's always a good time.
It's really not that hidden.
You already found
We
it?
have a thing pinging us.
No.
There's literally a pointer sending us exactly where it
To be
is, so it's
fair-
not exactly hidden.
To be fair, if there wasn't a pointer, we'd both complain.
Yeah, this is probably true.
I've spent too many hours trying to find the archive relics. Oh, Verandis is gonna have
Archive relic.
the not archive, the dig sites.
I love dig sites.
I do too. I just when I can't find one, like once I narrow it down, and then I wander around for like 3 hours, that really takes the fluff out of me.
It's ever taken me 3 hours, but yeah, it could be a long time wandering.
I've probably never spent more than an hour, but I've definitely spent an hour.
Yeah, feels about right.
Is it above us?
Yeah, Fenorian's right there.
I think we're getting closer. A moment.
Oh boy.
Since Rodda has been this way.
What do you say to some
I love that they can't just call them slimes. Has to be called void rot.
Yep.
Careful. That night hollow vampire radiates with the
He is called Mortas.
Always fun to find a named character.
We know nothing about him. But yeah.
Oh my. Oh my gosh. I've never fought a Colossus in the Shade variant. Man, that wasn't even half my stamina.
We killed it pretty fast. It was nice.
Well, you don't need... See, the DPS mindset is, I don't need HP if you're dead before you can hit me.
Exactly. I know how it works.
Rodder's laboratory. I see he's adopted Zingalis's methods.
Well, Zingalis was his head researcher, so that makes sense.
Rodder's work here.
It's a laboratory, huh?
Rodder has taken my research in directions I never imagined. Dwemer machines, Night Hollow rites, Reach, witchcraft, all arrayed around that pedestal. Yes, I'm getting to see how the pieces you retrieved fit together. He's building a bridge through the void. The Oblivion Shard serves as a lodestone to point to his destination, but Cold Harbor is precisely the place he would want to avoid. Rodder has always sought to escape Molag Bal's hold on his soul. Cold Harbor is the place where Bal's power is absolute. It makes no sense, unless Cold Harbor isn't his destination. Gather the others. We need to recreate Rodder's ritual. Fenorian will reproduce the Reach alchemy while Gwendis performs the Night Hollow rites. You must manage the Dwemer machines controlling the tonal, etheric, and kinetic energies. I'll attempt to describe the stone and direct you accordingly. These Dwemer devices, they are similar to pieces of the orrery itself. They manipulate various cosmic forces, tonal, etheric, and kinetic, to chart the expanse of the void. You must keep these forces under control for my scribe to succeed. The components you retrieved from Bethar Zel showed me that the keystones consist of these same sorts of devices, just on a smaller scale. As I conduct the ritual, I'll indicate what parts of the process require your intervention. Be on your toes. Rodder pointed us to the means and method of recreating his work. There's something he wants for me to see here, and I believe the only way to truly understand what he's done is by repeating it ourselves. I only hope the risk is worth it. We are attempting...
It's always good to do something, because we have no choice.
Into the infinite, churning chaos we call the void. I only suggest we try because it appears...
Nope.
Rodder has proven it can be done.
Nope.
Besides, we have no other choice.
Yep.
So, just to recap, Rada El Saran has created some kind of elaborate ritual that opens a portal to a primordial void realm that predates creation. And he has purposefully left us all of the knowledge and relics that we need to recreate it, because he wants us to recreate it. And Count Verandis's plan then is to go ahead and do exactly what Rada El Saran wants and recreate it. Oh boy.
Now to begin, start by adding etheric power.
Am I the only one that feels like this is maybe not a good idea?
I mean, is stuff happening to you too, or do you have to go through it separate than me?
It just said to join him on the podium.
Yeah, we're apparently separate.
I'm here. He's not doing anything. Oh, it must be separate then. He's not giving me any instructions.
Right. Which one now? Which one? This guy.
Do I need to do something to prompt him?
No, I think because I'm doing it. It's really distracting to talking.
No, it's okay. I'm getting it done.
Some tonal energy.
He's literally yelling at me which ones I...
Quickly, help Fenorian.
That's not Fenorian. Jeez.
We're losing kinetic energy. I need more.
Just because you yell at me does not make me go any faster. I think that's how I'm supposed to know we're getting close to the end of this.
Adjust the tonal frequency quickly.
This isn't good.
Tonal frequency.
This is probably not good.
Ow. Taking lightning damage.
Oh my. Yep.
Almost have it. Just a little more.
Oh. There's something attacking me.
Losing control of it. Reduce the kinetic energy.
Just keep following his instructions.
The Night Hollow Right is surging. Help Gwendis.
It will take a while.
Tonal harmonics are in discord. Change the output.
Tonal harmonics.
We'll need the alchemical reaction soon.
Oh, they're no longer marked for me.
Oh, lovely.
Recalibrate the etheric power. It's too little.
I know Ethereus is far right.
Balanced. That is right.
Kinetic is middle.
Kinetic is middle. Alright.
Gwendis with the Night Hollow Right. Once more. Catalyze the reach alchemy now.
Getting a little snippy, isn't he?
Initiate a tonal
Little bit.
cascade and hang on.
Tonal is left.
I can see it. I can see everything.
Oh. Oh boy.
Rodder found it. A piece of land sundered from the reach, caught between Mundus and Oblivion.
Oh, you already finished?
I did.
Both and neither. Outside the
It had mine go so much longer.
Prince fell.
Strange.
He plans to gift the Grey Host with his sanctuary. Don't you see? In their own realm, free from Molag Bal's tyranny, the Grey Host
So,
forever.
Rada El Saran has
Connection to Mundus and the power
managed
of the
to
Dark Art.
commandeer his own little pocket realm.
Never end. And now I see
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
the Dark Storm. The Dark Heart. Rodder's drawing on its power. I can feel it tearing away. To the orrery. Hurry. To the orrery.
I think it's time for the final confrontation.
You know, some people say one of the main things that make a Daedric Prince a god is the fact that they control their own realms.
Well, other people have had little pocket realms before.
True. And there are many pocket realms that don't belong to strict Daedric princes. I mean, the Deadlands, which is the realm
Indeed.
of Dagon, was not originally Dagon's. He killed another Daedric prince and took their realm, which is why it's called the Deadlands.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that isn't his only pocket realm then.
Dagon is an interesting one. He's not an original Daedric prince. He was created later on.
Really?
He was actually created as a weapon to be used against Molag Bal.
Rodder, stop! Don't make me fight you. This is the chance.
And then, yeah, he claimed his own realm.
Our salvation stands open, Verandis. Come, finish what we started. All will be forgiven.
Rodder, don't do this.
The void energy is consuming you, Verandis. I can show you how to control it. Just follow me.
Oh.
Where'd the bastard go this time?
He's gone, Lyris.
I was trying to figure out who this was. This guy's name is Whiskey Jack.
I understand it all clearly now. Rodda has opened the gateway to his sanctuary. In that distant realm, he can summon his Darkstorm using the power of the Dark Heart. He'll consume the Reach to fulfill his promise.
Oh, well, isn't that just lovely?
Not all. The Darkstorm requires power on an unprecedented scale. Darkness that will cover...
It occurs to me that if he has his own realm, and he kills an entire continent of people, and absorbs the souls of all those people into the realm, he could feed off of those souls and essentially become a god. And I begin to see the pinnacle of his hubris.
This is basically the plot of the Full Metal Alchemist, the original.
Cool.
They will become truly immortal. To end the Darkstorm, once it's begun, I need to enter Rodda's sanctuary realm and take control of the...
I'd like to point out that this entire thing would not be a problem, except that the Grey Host are like raging jerkbags.
Just know that I can't guarantee...
Like, if they were nice people, this would actually be great.
Rodda showed us the door, and we forged the key. I have to follow. I have to stop the Darkstorm, for as you have seen from Rodda's Oromancy, this monstrosity is my creation. Whether you decide to accompany me or not, know that I value our friendship. Rodda has started the ritual in his sanctuary realm. I can feel the pull in the darkness. Soon the Darkstorm will consume the energy in the Dark Heart. Then more people of the Reach will die to feed the heart.
I mean, theoretically we could not go, but if the Reach is going to get consumed, we'd end up dying if we didn't go.
Rodda aligned the orrery
Yeah.
to make his escape. Used the keystone on the dwarven mechanisms that control it.
So it's kind of arbitrary.
I would rather have a hand in our own fate.
I'll have a chance to stop this storm.
Yeah.
At least if we go through the portal, we can keep one hand on the wheel.
I never intended my theory
Yeah.
to be turned
Yeah.
into reality.
That's much more my kind of thing.
Way to grant mortals the same immortality as vampires kept, leading down dark paths. I abandoned it. I should have also destroyed it. Rodda corrupted it for his own ends.
It's funny that the
You're ready. Activate the mechanism.
vampire that's lived for like 10,000 years
This process should be
has
less risky than
spent
what we
the
attempted
10,000 years trying to achieve an even higher level of immortality.
Rodda has already aligned
Yeah, no one's ever seems to be satisfied.
It's never enough.
Activate the orrery to open the gateway. Be on your guard, nevertheless.
Alright. What do you say we pop this cork?
I'm listening to
Okay.
him. Alright. Yep, let's get a
This is
move
just a
on.
literal black hole.
That's what it looks like.
A green one. Yes, Ferrandis, you can feel the dark heart. We get it. It's like he says it every chance he can.
Okay, we gotta do all the
Oh, there's one.
beacons.
Yeah, there's more than one.
There's three.
See if that one tracks.
There should be.
Yep. One more. Seems like everything that involves the dark heart hurts him. We do have optional steps to talk to all our friends, which I'll probably do.
Yeah, this is the end.
We shall remain here.
What? No way.
Someone must keep the orrery in operation. They give me an earful when we return.
I'm holding you to that.
I haven't even processed that Fenorian is his son.
Sorry, I couldn't hear
I
you.
said
My cord got unplugged.
Oh, I just said I haven't even processed that Fenorian is his son yet.
Curse have haunted me a long time. The thought of what awaits me in the afterlife fills me.
I thought he meant that just vampire-like.
I guess he could. He's never said that before.
I said no. But the price of salvation is too high. Rada al-Saran will doom thousands of souls to fates worse than death so that he and his chosen can escape. I don't need an eternity with that on my conscience. You and my father will see this through. I know it. Just come back, all right? You both still owe me a proper reunion. I'll do all I can to keep the orrery in alignment. I don't know how long it can sustain this. I don't believe it was designed to have this amount of power coursing through it. I'm fairly certain the dwarves built this as an observatory to chart the void. What we're doing is more akin to launching a telescope into a fathomless depth, so we can slip through the tube without getting wet. Let's hope it doesn't spring a leak.
You're really just going to hurl yourselves to the void and hope for the best? I was really hoping Varadis had something tricky up his sleeve. I guess there's nothing left to do but smack Rada al-Saran in his self-righteous face. You just bring Varadis back. Promise me.
Sorry.
You know, I'm just realizing that Gwendis is a wood elf.
One would hope. She's awfully tiny.
Yeah. Well, you can see it in her. Once you see enough of the elvish races, you can kind of. Their bone structures are a little bit different.
We'll be waiting to hear all about it when you get back.
The
game.
Oh yeah, like the Skyrim elves are basically monsters, but in this game the wood elves have more childish features.
Well, this is it.
I've noticed that.
And to the end of all this.
Technically, if you think about it, ESO is the most modern take by Bethesda on what the races are supposed to look like.
I swear not to wreck the place while you're gone.
Witches? This game?
Yeah, it's the newest Elder Scrolls game, if you think about it.
Going already before I change my mind.
Oh, I suppose.
It's also the least canonical.
This is it then. Everything that happened.
They sort of try to make sure it stays canon, but it's not.
This to Rada al-Saran. More than ready. I've sworn my blade to thrones and causes, but my blood and bones are Nord. If Rada al-Saran thinks he can ravage my homeland and get away with it, he's about to be very wrong. Besides, who else is gonna watch your back? Trying to scare me off? I know what we're getting into. But if we do get stuck in some lost realm of oblivion, I could think of worse company. Now,
She doesn't ever call Venarius father, so maybe he really is his dad. Doesn't seem likely though.
Romp in oblivion. I've seen enough of the place for 10 times. Let's make this a quick trip, all right? Every place I've visited in oblivion has been different. Chains and machines for Molag Bal. Endless libraries for Hermaeus Mora. Each realm shaped by its prince. But Rada al-Saran shows a place beyond their reach. Guess we'll soon find out.
You know, I think the new chapter drops this summer with the new Daedric Prince, and her realm is based on mirrors.
We are about to travel into the
Yeah, I really don't know how they can create a new Daedric Prince. It seems a little ridiculous.
I guess we'll find out. I'm not a... Honestly, when I first heard the concept, it wasn't my favorite thing. The only thing about it that I liked is that they called her Hermaeus Hora's best kept secret. Because he knows everything.
Interesting.
No. Nothing else.
Getting the definite feeling this guy's not going to survive.
It's a shame.
I have worked all my life to atone for the hubris of my first years as a vampire. Rada went to great lengths to remind me of my damnation. And I still can't control the darkness racing through my blood. I may not be able to do what must be done. Those words keep
Yeah, I just can't figure out where it wants me to leap into said gaping portal.
I'm just finishing up talking to
both
Verandis.
for having said them and for doubting them. Things may look hopeless from here, but there may be a better vantage on the other side.
Whee!
Only one way to find out.
I take it you did not wait.
The portal into the Dark Heart stands open and when
No, I saw the enter button and I was like,
it does.
give me a few minutes to look around and see what this pocket realm looks like.
I'm right behind you.
I expect you back before Fenorian.
No one said you had to speed through
Well, I was
anything.
finished anyway. I just was a few seconds
Honestly,
behind you.
it looks like the Fade from Dragon Age is what it looks the most like to me.
Well, everything we've seen of the Void so far is the same color scheme. Kind of that phantom green. Oh, they call it Grey Haven. That's kind of fun. Because they're the Grey host, and it's their haven. Alright,
Yes,
I am
indeedy.
here. You think these shade things we fight are sentient? Or are they more like...
I think they were sentients that lost their sentience and just became tools of the void.
You realize if Verandis dies with us during this, that his soul will be claimed by Malad Bal, and he'll be tortured for eternity in Cold Harbor?
I mean, that's what happens to all souls that go to the Cold Harbor.
Right, but like, not everyone that dies automatically goes to Cold Harbor. But because he's a vampire, his soul belongs to Malad.
We've gone too far.
I do believe we're good at this.
We went too far? It's ahead of us.
We needed to grab Lyris.
Oh, really? Well, she's with you, so that worked out, I guess.
You don't have a pointer going
Nope.
back?
It must have tracked for both of us. I just have a pointer that says search for
Cool.
Verandis. Apparently the portal...
Yep, that's mine too.
Apparently the portal sent us all to different areas.
Does this surprise you?
In the sky. That must be the dark storm.
You know, if I didn't know better, Lyris, I would say that's a arrow storm that's been recolored purple
Hopefully
instead of red.
the same.
In black. Red, purple and black instead of red.
You know, it occurs to me now that we're here that we didn't actually ask Verandis how we were going to get home.
He had no idea.
That's a comforting thought.
But I'm glad we're alive and they're not.
Brother, stop! I don't want to fight you!
A Night Hollow Archer.
The Dark Heart is overwhelming.
I hear them talking.
Who?
Rada El Saran was just saying something to Verandis about the Dark Heart overwhelming him.
Yeah, why did Rada give the Dark Heart to, Verandis and not himself? That seems a
It
little...
seems like there's some kind of like Batman Joker fixation where he's like obsessed with proving that Verandis is corruptible. This is a fair...
Or some really seriously weird bromance.
I mean, if you read enough Batman comics, you start to realize that Batman and Joker have a very homoerotic relationship. Like, Harley is there, but Joker doesn't love Harley. He loves Batman. In some comics, he even calls Batman beloved.
That's nice
Yeah.
and creepy.
How did we get on that topic? Ouch. I can
I don't
see
know.
them down there. I think I'm just gonna... Never mind, there's an invisible wall. Oh, look at this big old thing. What is that? Shade Colossus?
Shade Gloss.
Oh,
It's a reskinning of the Grave
I
Lord.
recognize it
thing.
now. I've just never seen them crawling on all fours.
No, I've never seen that either.
I've seen a lot of things. I've never seen that. Or werewolves.
Don't you dare.
Oh no, don't listen to him, Verandis!
Miranda seems like a fairly moral guy for a vampire. But I think you're probably right.
But very easily manipulatable.
For someone that has been around since at least the first era, yeah. The thing is, it's hard to conceptualize fictionally what someone that's like 1,000 years old would be like behaviorally, because we don't really have any precedent to draw from for that. And you can't even just like make them be like old people, because old people are getting towards the end of their life, and that like aging affects how you are a lot, whereas these people aren't aging, they're just persisting.
I think it's pretty logical. They would stagnate.
I think their minds would stay kind of the same age-wise as far as like maturity.
Yeah.
Which is why like Legolas is still like an annoying young adult.
It may even cause them to regress a little bit because they would start to believe their own bullshit.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, you might see some presidential candidates maybe that have that problem.
This is looking a lot like a giant boss arena. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just killed Verandis.
Pretty sure.
Rada El Saran, who Verandis said would take all of us, and even then we would be lucky to kill him. Did he just summon a sword? Like a sword singer from Yakuta? Oh, he is Yakuten, isn't he? They're not supposed to... Sword singers aren't supposed to exist anymore. It's kind of cool. Whatever he's hitting us with is not doing any damage to me. Or you're absorbing all of it, maybe.
Yeah, I keep stacking him so that he focuses most of his directed attacks on me.
Is oh boy, is that this is not?
Oh, cool!
Look at him in his gold armor.
He actually looks like a vampire lord.
You know
a
what
proper
he is?
Vampire
He is
lord.
the vampire lord in the cinematics for the expansion. Oh, he's much more mobile. Switching to my bow.
Yeah, I should too. Not a bow exactly, but you know what I mean.
Ranged. It's gonna be much slower DPS though, with him zipping all over. What you fail to understand, Rada, is that oh jeez, this is not a boss fight. This is an operating table, and we are your doctors.
Only operating table I can think of this morbid would be a Cenobite one.
Unfortunately,
We're literally taking you apart
we know
piece by
exactly
piece.
what that looks like.
Consider that unfortunate.
Popping an ult into him. Gosh, he has so much health. That did nothing. I just kind of processed that we've barely done chip damage to him. Wait, he said what? He's got a trap over here. Bring Rada this way.
Trap. Gotcha. On my
Try to
way.
get him in here. There we go. I mean, you immobilized him for like 3 seconds.
It seems to have made him easier to
Yeah, we
damage
just did a
too.
ton more damage. And now there's Grey Host all around. Okay, I see how this boss fight works.
Oh, we're supposed to kill the
Yeah.
Grey Host so that we fill the bar.
You keep his attention. I'll
Okay.
focus on killing off Grey Hosts. Actually, there aren't any right
Alright.
now, so. There's one.
I mean, this is working just like a Hero Storm. They'll spawn in.
Yeah, that's actually not surprising that they would recycle that mechanic. Soul Trap's up.
He's summoning a soul trap.
ready.
Get to him.
Ouch. Yeah, he's much more vulnerable when he's in there. Oh boy. He just popped some kind of like ultimate ability onto Xander, and Xander just tanked it.
Shoot. I've got you, Xander. He just hit me with it. It's interesting. It's sort of like he's trying to rip all the blood out of
He
me.
did something to me that made me like go black and white and grab my head for a second. Some kind of vision, like a madness spell. But, you know, it didn't work because of my superior elvish brain. I doubt a mortal mind would withstand it. There's so many blood hosts around here. I should be able to get another soul trap up. Unless, did he kill Verandis?
I don't think so.
That's good. Got a blood knight here. Ugh.
You can't hear Braun, right? Then,
Oh, soul trap's up.
yep, sorry.
When he gets into this thing, I'm gonna pop my ult into him. Ooh.
More
I
Grey
see them.
Host. Yeah, the amount of Grey Hosts that we've killed is gonna cause this guy a problem. If he thinks he's gonna somehow pull them out of Cold Heart.
There can't be many left. I feel like we've killed all his main friends.
Damn it. He moved.
Ouch. He just stomped on me. I've got a werewolf behemoth here that's actually fairly tanky. Yeah, I've finally ran out
coming.
of stamina. Thank you. And the trap's up.
Oh,
This should be the
on my
last
way.
time. Yeah, I see him. Oh, he crumbled into ash. He's definitely dead now.
Goodbye, Rada. I wish I could have found salvation for us
Well, that was unnecessarily loud.
Ah! The dark storm rages. I must take control.
It will kill you!
If I don't stop the dark storm, then my death will be the least of our worries. God, this power! It's everything Rodder said it would be. You and Lyris must go. While I still possess the power of the Dark Heart, I can open a gateway to the orrery. Return home. I can only control the Dark Storm from here. I understand now what must be done to stop it. I can use the power of the Dark Heart one last time. When I am finished, the energy will be gone, and our gate to the orrery will be closed. You understand? Not any that can make everything right. I brought about this tragedy through my naivete, through my selfish desires, through my damn ideals and curiosity. It's my time of reckoning, not yours.
Alright guys, let's pile on through.
This is
So
farewell.
intimidating. How can you stay so calm around someone so
Have faith.
powerful?
Rodder's last gift was hope.
Huh. I guess he's not going to be in future content.
Where's Veronis?
He's...
Unless we rescue him.
He's staying. No. He promised. He promised me.
Oh, she is quite tiny.
Wait.
Look out! The Dark Heart! It's dormant. Verandis must have done it. He stopped the Darkstorm.
Whoa, who's this? No way!
I can breathe.
I thought she was like very dead.
I'm no illusion. Flesh
She
and
seems a
bone.
little confused too.
I can't say myself. I remember being here in this room. I remember the wound. Then nothing but a cold, icy current dragging me under. I drowned for so long. Until a warm hand fished me out. I couldn't see. Everything was just warmth and light. There was a voice though, guiding me, calling me back. It sounded like Verandis. As I live and breathe, it was Verandis who led me here. I don't understand much of what occurred, but of that I'm certain. That, and I didn't come back alone. There were a great many others drowning in that icy current. I'm certain I wasn't the only one pulled ashore. It's just a feeling, but a strong one. I want to see if that feeling speaks true. You did what you thought was best, and the price I
Oh,
paid has
another
been
quest.
nothing.
Oh, another
None of
quest.
us could have imagined this is where our path would lead. But I've no complaints with the outcome. No complaints at all. Markarth. That's where the spirits call me now. I have no fondness for the place, but that's where my people need me.
Kingdom of Ash.
Were you right? Verandis brought that woman back to life. Not just raised her from the dead, actually restored her body and soul? Was that what the Count meant by making it right? He didn't just stop the Darkstorm. He used it to free the souls from the Darkheart. We've got to get to Markarth. Isn't that where Radha al-Saran harvested souls for the Darkheart? If Verandis released them all, maybe Irana's right and she didn't come back alone.
Poor Fedorians.
That's
Poor
something we should
Fedorians.
see for ourselves. You go on ahead. Fen and Gwendis could use a moment. I'll make sure they make it to Markarth safely.
Is Lyris seeing someone that you know of? You know what? Don't answer that. Forget I asked.
The bit here that's sad. God, I'm hearing myself again.
I know he'd be at peace.
What's sad and problematic is that if the pocket universes work like they're supposed to, then no time occurs there. So he's literally going to be stuck in that world
For eternity.
for eternity.
With nothing to do. Also, no blood to drink.
Good, he'll just go insane.
He'll become a blood fiend. Why does my Discord say I have it up, but not on mobile? Oh, that's what that is.
Okay.
So we need to get back to Mark.
So we need to get to a way shrine.
There's actually a great lift.
And then follow that.
To our north, just outside the.
I don't know.
University walls.
Well, we could follow that and see where it leads.
We'll have to fight some robots on the way.
And just as FYI, I'm getting the echoes really bad again. On your end, I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing myself.
How about now?
We'll have to wait and see. Doesn't sound like I'm hearing myself.
I just closed my internet browser. I had left it open. Hopefully it hasn't been like that for the last 40 minutes.
On and off, yeah. That's why I wasn't talking very much, as I was like, on Earth. Then I figured it out that it was, I was hearing myself. It's mildly torturous. It's mildly torturous.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't affect, the watchability of the stream for the last 40 minutes.
Hopefully not.
I don't think this is.
Let's look at it this way, Braun. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, it seems like a never-ending learning experience with streaming. It's not that it's a learning experience, because things that you learn still go wrong arbitrarily.
Okay. So we're nowhere near a way shrine.
No, but we're not far from Markarth.
Far's always relative. Especially in the Reach.
Especially in the Reach. Huge place. I'm gonna stay on the road.
Damn it!
Personally. Because whenever you trailblaze, it ends up taking longer, because you get dragged by every enemy.
I don't even know which way is correct.
I'm following the road in the general direction of the marker. I reckon I'll see Markarth in the distance at some point. I know it's in the northern half, right?
Like that. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. I see the watchtowers.
None of these weak strangers could face a true Leech challenge.
I'll wait for you in the castle. Or the,
Okie dokie.
the keep or whatever.
Oh, for God's sake, Fiona. I just got nuzzled by a dog. She seems to think I need lots of love and affection right now.
They tend to feel that way whenever you decide you're going to have like a gaming session. Or anything that doesn't directly involve them.
I think there's also like an emotional thing. Oh my gosh, you don't sound happy. So I'm just gonna keep nuzzling.
She's actually not in deep.
Delaris Titanborn. There. There.
That magnificent bastard really did it. He brought them back.
Did a new blade bronze? Did a new blade
Nice.
bronze? Blade of the Fallen Knight. Blade of the Fallen Knight.
The best we could do is pay Al-Saran back for the lives he stole. Guess I should have set my sights higher. We rest.
Is it two-handed?
Al-Saran dead, the Grey Host
No idea.
finally buried.
No
It
idea.
looks two-handed.
We couldn't have done it without you, partner. So eat, drink, find some company for your bed. Tomorrow, we'll probably have to do this all over
Find some
again.
company for our beds. Don't mind if I do.
It may seem odd coming from a Nord, but I'm glad to see all these Reach folk alive and well. They seem content, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind us bringing them a few more.
Oh, we can have a pet slime now.
News of Rada al-Saran's death won't compare to the dead returning to life, but I'm sure Kadak will be relieved to wait. You'll find the Ard and let him know there's nothing to fear from the Grey Host anymore. Tell him he has Verondis to thank. Why spoil the
Pretty
mood?
funny. She needs to rest. She needs to rest.
I'm going to take a moment. I haven't done that since Fenorian and I arrived in the Reach.
Just as FYI, I'm hearing Echo again.
Titanborn needs a rest sometimes.
Are you really?
Don't tell anyone.
Yep.
Hang on. Talk for a minute.
Alright. Talkie. Yeah, I'm not hearing it now. So I think we got it fixed.
It's nothing on my end.
This is so intimidating.
We can. I'll watch the VOD. I'll watch the full VOD
Powerful.
when we finish for the night, because I know that there would have been an echo when I had Twitch open, even though I muted it, which is weird. But that's closed now, so the only echo you might be hearing is your voice from my headset, but it's a headset, so you shouldn't be able to do that.
One would hope.
It could be something on your end, like something weird with Discord. Discord's a really janky app, honestly. But
Oh, he's not on this throne.
there's nothing better.
Look! Can you believe it? There's life to the keep again. That's your doing, isn't it? The Ard seems to think so. He'll want to see
The
you.
war room.
He's holding an audience in his war room right now.
What's this about a war room?
Ah, you're here too, she... Titanborn.
We are agreed. If Eastern and Western Skyrim can put aside their differences,
Oh wow, heck of a
then the
gathering.
Oh, wow.
so as well.
Oh,
Forward, free hand. No
it's
need to
Svanna,
for the sake of kings.
and she's like a proper Jarl now.
We may be a divided nation, but in our hearts we are all Nords. I have faith that one day Skyrim will be whole once more. This business with the Grey Host is far from over. As long as Skyrim is threatened, I will be close by to lend a hand. The Reach is
Glad that's all there
far
for.
from
Glad that's all there for.
This Grey Host
Prevailed this
business
time.
started
We prevailed this time.
years ago, and I always intended to see it through to the end. Thankfully, we prevailed this time. I have no desire to replace a despot. Haven't these people suffered enough? In any event, my forces are stretched too thin to take on much more. If the people request help, however, I will put whatever resources I can at their disposal. Shore's bones. Why does everyone insist on seeing ulterior motives behind every kind act? Can't a king just be a nice person? Look, someone has to extend the hand of friendship before it can be grasped. Besides, helping the Reach helps all of Skyrim. I do it She's an impressive young woman. Is Western Skyrim ready for Swana? That's the more pertinent question. Solitude shuns the outside world, while Swana reaches for it. We'll have to see how that works out in the end.
You know, I heard a rumor that the Skald King is seeing someone. They must be quite a person to stand up to his personality.
Thank the gods we have better matters to attend to than the deployment of troops and suspicions of treachery. For a man called Despot, the Ard is in an agreeable mood. But that's not your concern. It's good to see you once more. Truthfully, Svanna, when we learned that Markarth suffered an attack like the one you narrowly prevented in Solitude, she insisted that we offer aid, ostensibly to stop the Grey Host. But it seems we're a bit late for that. No doubt. They have proved very skilled at keeping to the shadows and biding their time. Hunting them down will not be easy. But I feel that's not how best to make use of the opportunity we've been given. The Grey Host's greatest weapon against us was our mutual mistrust. They preyed on our suspicions and fears, used our division to pick us apart one by one. The best way to prevent that from happening again would be to build trust and cooperation. An accord at least. It's a step in the right direction. Trust takes time to build, but we must start somewhere. I couldn't have done it without Svanna. Jarl Svanna. Watching her put aside past differences between Eastern and Western Skyrim for the sake of her people has made quite an impression on me. Well, yes, I do. She's a striking woman. A figure. Leader. Yeah. She's won many hearts and minds in the short time she's been a
Yeah, I
Jarl.
like her redesign
I think
for
that
Svanna.
speaks more to her esteem than my praise. Western Skyrim would do well to put her in charge. He doesn't want another war on his hands, and the Western Holds still desire their independence. Skyrim won't be united by force, but with more days like today, the province may one day be whole, no matter how many kings claim it.
You seem more comfortable standing among kings and jarls than I do. Then again, you always did. It's good to see you again. Western Skyrim has begun to recover. With Fenn's elixir, our soldiers have been able to push back the Grey Host. I know the Reach has not been so fortunate. I persuaded Prince Ernskar and the Skald King to offer our support. I expected we'd be sending soldiers, but by the time we arrived, the people were dancing in the streets. I always heard stories of the City of Stone being a dark place where flint-hearted Reachmen worship strange gods. It's not so different from home. The people seem happier than I've ever seen, in spite of all our hardships. I wasn't the only one living under my father's shadow, apparently. I can't come and go as I please.
Interesting that they pulled the voice actor for show Gorath from Oblivion, gave it to Arcana. I find it so strange.
Made him my royal taster. I don't think the thought of being poisoned even crossed his mind, but he seems happy so long as the food and drink keeps coming. Unofficially, he's also the jester, but don't tell him I said so.
If you'd said only yesterday I'd play host to Nord rulers from across all Skyrim, I'd have told you the dead would live again before that happened. And here we are. A day of miracles. Tell me truthful, you had a hand in all this, eh? Alas, the monster that nearly brought my lands to ruin has paid the price for his wrongs. I could ask no more, and yet that which was taken has been returned as well. Where is Count Ravenwatch, if he thinks to escape my gratitude? Then his name and deeds will echo these halls for as long as I sit upon the throne, which'll be a while yet, thanks to you both, and so long as these Nords are good to their word. I've no idea what peace is like, but I'm eager to find out. We treat for peace. Our battles with the Grey Host have ravaged all our kingdoms and peoples. We each seek to rebuild and recover. Perhaps we'll do so together. At least we'll keep out of each other's way. Before we proclaim, I have a favor to ask. I've need of a counselor. In spite of her treachery, Lady Belain was a canny advisor. I need that again now, more than ever. Tell the witch, Arana, that I will offer her my ear, if she will share her wisdom. I hear she's recently arrived to my keep. I suppose so. Can't just lop off her head after she got it back. Wouldn't do for morale. Unless she's determined to keep up her fight with me. I'm willing to put the past to rest. Besides, I already made peace with the rest of her rebels. It's a worthy holdfast, but not so much a city. I would have the land worked, the stone repaired, and the markets expanded. These are not things my kin have much knowledge in, but perhaps the Nords will share their trade for the right price. Well, they're a fair lot more agreeable than the she-wolf you travel with. Have the sense to show deference to a king in his own hall. Though I heard enough honeyed words from the Lady Belain for one lifetime. The fat one thinks himself a poet. Scald King. Nonsense. Every now and then comes a king of his kind. One who makes stirring pronouncements and promises that his court must struggle to keep. His grand words lack guile, so I'll wager he can be trusted. I heard Yoren sired the boy when he was young, but looking at the pair, I have a hard time saying who's father and who's whelp. Ernskar seems shrewd and dutiful, but his father casts a long shadow. A wide one, too.
She's in front of you.
The past would tell me to hate Svargrim's whelp with all my vigor. We've battled and bled for more generations than I can count with her ilk. But this fledgling speaks plain and honest. When she talks of new beginnings, I believe her.
Alright, I just finished talking to Arcata. Who's in front of me?
Not who I was talking to. I'm sorry, Braun. I knew I was gonna do that. I knew I was gonna do that eventually. Sorry!
Oh, it's already happened. It's already happened like 3
Use your name.
My dreams hold true. Markarth is alive with joy. But
Unintentionally.
Not
Unintentionally.
What is it you wanted? I'm barely foot to stone and he's clamoring for my attention. I had no mind to stand by a throne when I first started my journey. Now, here we are. The Reach has suffered so much. I want to help restore the land. Aye, I'll serve. I can speak for myself. You have more important matters to attend to. There's a friend who's journeyed a long way to thank you personally for all you've done. Twould be rude to keep him waiting. There's an out-of-the-way chamber in the rear of the keep where you can meet. Now, I should find the Ard and make sure he thinks before he speaks. I can, but I won't.
Oh.
I'm enjoying the suspense. Off with you.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, my friend. Do forgive my ghastly appearance. It seems I spoke too soon when I bade you a final farewell. I'm glad to have the opportunity to see you again, my friend.
Oh my gosh.
This would have been possible without you. As did I. When I took hold of the Darkstorm's power, I believed it would be the last thing I ever did. It was a force no mortal hands should wield. Still, with it, I was able to draw the souls out of the Dark Heart. Return them to where they belong.
He's seen better days. He's seen better days.
As the last of the Dark Heart's power ebbed away,
Yeah.
I should have been trapped in Rodder's sanctuary realm. But I was forced out. Pushed, I'd say. I fell into the darkness of the slumbering heart. Then I emerged from it, like a moth from a cocoon. My soul became part of the Dark Heart, smelted inextricably into the fabric of its existence. So long as it remains dormant, its hold over me is tolerable. But I am bound to it nonetheless. If I am to be wed to this power, then I must ensure that it never gets used again. For that to happen, both the heart and I must fade into obscurity. House Ravenwatch will carry on without me. Arana will send them here to receive the news soon. I have no regrets. You gave me the opportunity to reckon with my past and pay penance. This journey has brought closure to the life of Count Verandis Ravenwatch. I have a fresh start. As do we all. The kings are soon to speak. You should be there. I have no idea what the future holds, but you seem to be the axis upon which this world turns. If it still has some use for me, I'm sure our paths will cross again. Until then, my friend.
Arana said they'd be this way. Come on.
Father!
You... They said you were gone.
I was, and I will be again. We have much to discuss, but I will not be returning to House Ravenwatch.
But...
You three have no more need of a guardian. It's time I put the future of the Ravenwatch in your hands.
But you'll still visit, right?
Every chance I get.
I don't know what I expected when Arana said there was someone waiting to see us, but I never... I thought he was gone. I don't think there's anything left that could surprise me today. Forget I said that. Better not tempt fate. No, I don't mean to give the wrong impression. It's all just a bit much. Maybe I should sit down. Did he really say he wants us to take over the Ravenwatch? Right. I didn't imagine it. The truth is, we were already considering the future of the Ravenwatch after you returned without Verandis. It seems that will bear further discussion. But I'm relieved that the circumstances are different.
Hey Sheila.
Your vote of confidence is...
All of your dialogue is coming over your mic.
Gwendis could use some of that as well, I think.
What do you mean all my dialogue is coming over my mic? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. That often happened to me when I was listening to you.
It's probably because noise cancellation software doesn't pick up that the voices from a video game are not you.
Yeah, my headset got unplugged at one point too. All the weird glitches have happened after that. I don't want to reboot everything.
It just never recovered.
The odd and his people can heap upon you. And you're to have absolutely nothing to do with evil vampires for at least, I don't know, a day? Think you can manage that, recruit? Remember,
I heard that Fenorian is one of the recurring characters in the new expansion.
I believe the Ard was calling for
you. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. He seems to be well liked. So that's not surprising.
He's definitely designed to be a popular character.
Here and gone, here and gone. It's cruel to play with a girl's heart like this. But I'm glad Verandis kept his promise. Ugh. having too many feelings right now. Great, terrible, everything in between. I've waited so long for Verandis to stop hovering over my shoulder, but I never thought it would be because he's not around. I realized something though, when you and Lyris told me he wasn't coming back. I can't shed tears for him. It's not what he needs from me. He needs someone to carry on after him, to do the work he can't anymore. So that's what I'll do. Keep his legacy alive. Somebody has to keep tabs on all those pesky vampires. Don't think it's just Verandis I
Oh,
expect
that's
to
a
visit.
cool boon. Oh, that's a cool boon.
You somewhere other than a moldy cavern once in a while. Castle Ravenwatch is always open to you. It's not like we have a shortage of guest rooms. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to give Verandis an earful. I think I heard the Ard calling for you when we were talking to Arana. They're making some proclamation in the audience chamber. Better not miss your accolades.
Adusa heard that Verandis had been imprisoned in the void, but he's here. Forgive me. This one is glad to see you, Five Claw. Your help at Reachwind Depths was much appreciated. Without your assistance, Cathar
I'm
would
pretty sure he
still
just
be in
doesn't.
the
I'm pretty sure he just doesn't want to get involved with politics.
There was a time when this one felt more like a nursemaid than compatriot to those two. But Gwendis and Fenorian are no longer helpless kittens. Count Verandis need not worry. Adusa stands firm. House Ravenwatch will endure. House Ravenwatch has a long and noble tradition. This one will run the estate in Count Verandis' absence. She has done so before. As for the Ravenwatch, our work will continue. Gwendis is coming into her own, and Fenorian shows promise. Cathard has much training to complete before he can take his place as a fully functional member of the Ravenwatch. Oh, he has the skills and the proper outlook, but he needs time to hone those abilities and learn our methods. He will work out well.
Alright, that's Ravenwatch. Let's go see what the Ard has to say. I suppose I should talk to Lyris first.
Didn't expect you'd find me here. Thought this spot was a little more private.
Significant other is interesting
Oh,
too.
Saisahan.
Friend, a close friend. We used to travel
He's really
together to
heartbroken.
events.
He's really heartbroken that somebody who was still alive who understood the Sword Saint tradition chose to devote himself to dark arts instead of spreading the culture of his people.
Kiss him or hug him. It was quite the surprise, but not a bad one. We've got a lot of catching up to do. I'd say being home has been nice, but you know I'd be lying. The Skald King owes me some rest. Think we'll take our leave of Skyrim and spend some time free of obligations. Always wanted to go back to Skingrad. People like us can't stay out of trouble very long, so let's share a few casks of mead while things are quiet. Oh, Caddock's looking for you. He and the other rulers want to make some big announcement. I'll be along in a moment. I haven't, but I'm sure you can keep them busy for a while longer. Right, partner? Sai and I still have a few dents to bang out of my armor.
Oh my.
So you're the partner that Lyris speaks so highly about. I'm glad to know she had such a stalwart ally during her time in Western Skyrim. It is an honor to meet you. I heard that Lyris was investigating some sinister plots in this province. Were it not for other obligations no less dire.
She's not good with innuendos. Just so we're clear.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
I would have liked more than to battle a sword saint by her side. Rada Al-Salan was legend to rival Lecky herself. The sword saints are a lost legacy to my people. It's a shame that Al-Saran did not devote himself to restoring that honorable
Nowhere
tradition.
nearly as awkward as Garrus hitting on you if you play as Feb Shep.
Lyris has offered to show me some of the more intact barrows in the Reach and Western Skyrim. These sites are tied to ancient dragon cults. The dragons are something of a hobby of mine.
Saisahan is so cool. Alright. I'm gonna see what Ard Kadok wants. I think you may have already... Did you already trigger them all talking?
No.
Okay.
No.
It just says talk to Arana.
Not a moment too soon.
Cool.
I'm talking to Arana. I'm
Got
talking
it.
to Arana.
We
don't seem to be synced with this,
Yeah.
which is really good.
I just,
and it
you know, I'm
makes sense.
paranoid because, like, you never know when it's gonna happen.
I weren't here to keep his temper on a leash.
Yeah, and there's no, go back one stage for quests.
Right, we'd have to probably kill boss again.
I'm feeling that trauma. Yeah, I'm feeling that trauma. It's already happened to us once or twice. I don't want to go through it again.
You've done. For me, for Markarth, for the Reach. After all you've done to bring it back from the brink of oblivion, putting up with Kadok's arse-headed notions is the least I can do to make sure it wasn't wasted effort. Let's not stretch the bones of reason. There'll be no shortage of bickering and cursing in our future, but there's trust. So long as we both want what's best for the Reach, that'll do. Best to see him now. I can see him casting glares our way.
Fair adventurers. Come and go as you please. Keep 3 kings and a jarl biding on their thumbs in a crowded hall. Suppose you've earned that right, Rover. Near everybody in this room wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Simply put, I like that. In doing what needed doing, you brought all the crowns of Skyrim to one hall. You put the Grey Host back in the ground, and you gave us clear skies.
Nope.
At last,
Nope.
we can see where we must go. Take this with all our thanks. Free hands of Markarth, the long-suffering lot I call my kin. We've survived another long night, darker than we've ever known, but we didn't endure it alone. Against the Grey Host we found unlikely allies, and put aside old grudges. Together, we not only survived, we flourished.
We owe these miracles to the efforts of all kinds. Reachman, Nord, Vampire, Outlander, heroes...
Alright.
Follow their example. We have warred together. We celebrate together. Let us rebuild together.
From this day forward, we clash mugs instead of swords. Peace and prosperity to all our kingdoms. Cheers to the heroes of Skyrim.
Let us remember them with song and drink. We, the children of Skyrim, we shall endure.
We got some skill points out of that too.
What is this quest that I'm on right now?
It would have just triggered to a random quest. That's what it did to me.
I guess so. I guess that was it. Oh, it's just one of the dailies for the Reach. That was so lovely. I really enjoyed finishing Reach.
Yeah, it's kind of great to have it. At least partially done. I think there's some other side quests.
Yeah, because we didn't do many of the side quests. We were focused a lot on the main story. But
yeah,
I know
It wasn't
we
really
had
well
kind of.
constructed. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna
Sorry.
say we had gotten to a good stopping point, and like we didn't come back for like months and months. So it was like Rada Al Saran kind of got away from us for a good while.
Yes, I would definitely agree with that.
It's good to clear another one. I think the only other one, officially the only other expansion we've cleared so far is Somerset. Well, no, Skyrim.
Yeah.
Well, this is part of Skyrim, though, isn't it? This was technically the final chunk of the Dark Heart. Or Greymore?
Yeah, this is part of it.
Is it called Greymore is the official name? For the record, that was a two-handed blade, and Kadok's reward was heavy pauldrons. So I didn't really get any gear out of this, but that's okay because the gear that I do have is already max level and it's good gear. I would actually feel kind of bad if I had to replace one of my gears at this point.
Yeah, we've gotten kind of used to it.
I know, that's the main thing. Like, even if it was better, it would still be, like, different. So where do you think we should go from here? We've still got... We don't officially have any more narrative to complete, other than if we want to continue the main quest line in Auradon. Or potentially we could find the Blind Seer again and complete the next section of the actual main story, not the Aldmeri Dominion story, but like the proper, you know what I'm talking about, going and saving Lyris.
Yeah.
We could do either of those, or we could keep doing tidy up work, because there's a lot left in Hrothgar, there's a little bit left in Skyrim, and there's a little bit left in the Reach.
Oh, there's rationales for doing all the different ones. I would probably say that we either should go through the Soul Shriven line just to get it done, and it gives us some more options of abilities and different things.
Right.
It's also kind of the central plot that everything sits on. And I've never finished the quest line before, so there's that too.
It's so good. It's really, really good. It's long, too. If you don't play it all, you know, because of the bug, if you don't play it all immediately.
There's a new dawn, at least.
So I think there's a lot of thought for that. The other possibility here is going to be that we will, sorry, that we do some of the cleanup work every so often. There's unfortunately no really good way to keep track of things. I've tried to puzzle through these achievements, and they just aren't organized very well.
The best way is to get into the zone, go to the map, and then do the guided adventure feature through the zone.
Okay.
Because that won't just do side quests, it'll do everything. It'll do like finding prominent locations that are just aesthetic locations. It does everything. And now that we're done with the quest lines,
we may need to go back to Somerset then and actually hit the guided adventure and see if there's anything else that triggers. Though it might try to take us to a trial.
I think it saves the trial for the very, very, very last thing. Actually, no, because I did it for Skyrim. It won't do side quests, and it won't do trials, but it will do. It might do side quests. It won't do trials. It does everything else. I know that for sure. But it'll do all the delves, do dungeons. It does everything. It's pretty convenient, and it tries. I think it tries to do whatever the next closest thing is to whatever the last thing you did was. But I think we'll have some time to discuss it, because that'll probably be whatever decision we make adventures for the next stream. Because it has
Yeah.
been almost 3 hours. And if I want
I'm
to,
fine with calling it.
if I want to get dinner realistically and not have to make myself dinner, things are going to start closing here at 10. So I'm going to pull us over to the ending soon screen. And we can start finding a raid target. I thought that the reach section of the entire Greymoor chapter was actually maybe my favorite part, honestly, more than the majority of the Skyrim part.
Definitely mine
I liked
too.
Ardkadok a lot better than Svargrim, who ended up being a vampire anyway. Its section of Blackreach was much better. The Reach was more aesthetically beautiful than Skyrim. There's a lot of things that were better. Also, like, it was such a big chunk. And do you remember, like, when we completed Skyrim, there was no indication that we could just go to the Reach and continue it. Like, we thought we were just done.
No. Yeah, we thought we were done.
Yeah,
We didn't know that it linked over to anything. I don't know how we got onto the Reach.
Alright, well, officially right now it says I have a single follower. Or a single viewer. We've had one viewer the entire stream. I don't actually know if that's accurate, honestly.
It's okay. We're here to jibber jabber anyways.
We are going to go ahead and raid a streamer named Tremor, who I would not say is someone that I know personally, but I have chatted in his streams before. And he's really cool. So hopefully whoever is watching with us will enjoy his stream as well.